like that. Cool. Good job. Good deal. I think I like this lake. Got an exciting show planned today. As you can see, it's a little chilly, but we're in my home state of Kansas. I got to sleep in my own bed, so I'm pretty excited about that. But I can't believe how long I've lived in this state and didn't even know this body of water existed. I'm gonna be fishing today with a good friend of mine that has challenged me to fish before Pro versus Joe ever existed. My good friend, Zach Vielhauer, he's challenged me for the longest time. He's invited me to come to this little secret fishing hole that he's got, and can't wait to get out there and see what this place is going to produce for us. Hey, Zach. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Are you ready to finally do this?
Yeah, let's get out there.
How long have we been, how long have we known each other and never got to fish together before?
Many, many years.
For sure. So you're coming off quite a win too, aren't you?
Yeah.
How was that? Was that pretty exciting?
It was crazy to be on the biggest stage in bass fishing and win.
And to see, and I mean, to have the crowds that you had there, so congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Let's go out and maybe you can teach me something.
I hope so.
All right, let's go.
Hi, my name is Zach Vielhauer. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Shawnee, Kansas, and I go to Kansas State University. Here we're at a lake in eastern Kansas today. I have never been here personally, but I've heard a lot of good things about it from friends and family, and looking forward to fishing with Brent. I recently just fished the College Bassmaster Classic and won in South Carolina, and I'm looking forward to see what I can bring to this competition. I grew up fishing at Lake of the Ozarks, and then I slowly worked into the competitive youth program when I was 10 years old, and then I graduated into the high school program, and now I'm in the college program. My favorite thing to do is finesse fish and light line, but today it looks like we're going to be throwing some spinner baits, jerk baits, and maybe some crankbaits to catch some more reaction fish.
Well, Zach, looks like we got some rocks, we got some old water willows, and you know, when it comes to this time of year for me, I'm all about rock. I've noticed idling around here on the Garmins that we've seen some fish out deep. I hope that's not what we're gonna have to do to catch them, but you ready to do this deal?
I'm ready.
All right, you kind of know the rules of this, but just to reiterate, it's the first fish, most fish, and biggest fish. And
Sounds
just
good.
for our little deal, they gotta be 12 inches. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Let's do it. All right, Zach, I'm gonna give you the first cast. How about that?
All right.
I'm a little worried though. You got this little Kansas finesse stuff out there. But I can see on the Panoptics, I can see some fish up here in front of us. So let's see what happens. Isn't that amazing how well that you can see those?
That's crazy. You can see the fish above the brush pile.
Yeah. Oh no, that was not good. Rookie. Come on, Zach, I'm giving you a chance here. I'm fixing to catch one. Uh-oh, you got one. Good one?
Oh yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Do we need the net on him? We might as well put the net to use here. Good job. You dog. Good job, man.
That's first.
That's the first and the biggest and the most at this point. More pliers here. I guess we got some fish in this lake. You know, you could tell it looked like a good jerkbait lake, and we might have some fun today. Good deal. Cool. Fish?
Yeah.
You need the net again? Is it, decent one. How come you're catching I'm catching the little ones and you're catching see, yours is official keeper and mine's Oh wow, look at this brush pile we just went over. Holy cow. Zach, I just found this. We need to hit this again. Zach's caught 2, and they're both the right size. But I appreciate you catching that little one so I can catch this big one now.
I was just getting them out of your way for you.
Appreciate that.
Brent Chapman's Pro vs. Joe, brought to you by Fulton, Waves of Innovation, Maxxis Tires, your way to adventure.
Hey, we got one. Might be my first official
There you
keeper
go.
here. Not a giant, but I think I'm on the board. I'll have to put him on the board to make sure we're on the board, but
Getting right down here in the corner.
yep. You know, that's the one thing here. We fished the whole dam and we didn't catch any, but it's always those features, those little corners and all that, and that's, we get down here to the edge. I'm pretty certain he's probably 13 inches, but just to make it official. There you go, 13 inches. I'm on the board finally.
Finally.
Finally. All right. Thank you. Okay, now all I can say is you better hurry up. Yeah, it's interesting. You see all these other birds, how they're paired up because, you know, it's nesting season, or gonna be, and all the geese are already paired up and all that. And, you know, it just tells you, I think a lot of times our fish, even though the water temps are cold, just like that. I think these fish are farther along than sometimes we give them credit for. There we go.
It's a better one.
That's a better one. You know, you make a quick adjustment, pick up a lipless crankbait, and I told you, it's time for you. You better keep up now. 2 to 2. All right. But you know, I was saying is if you look, all the geese, you know, it's still pretty darn cold out and really acting like winter, but your geese are all paired up, and you can tell they're not far from nesting. And I think even though this water's cold, these fish, you know, are still going to be moving up, and they may not be as aggressive as if it was, you know, 54-degree water, but I think they still get up here and they still get to where they're catchable. I would like to think where we're parked at is where we're supposed to be parked, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Hit it right at the boat.
Yeah, you did. Oh no.
Guess what? He's not a giant, but I think I might have just pulled ahead of you there. And you talk about a subtle bite. I mean, he just came up there. Get one? Nope. $13.25. Number 3. Get it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fish. Oh, how about that for quite the explosive strike? I thought I was on the bottom there and it started moving.
Oh no.
On the bladed jig. But they're sure not giants. But hey, this is Pro versus Joe. And we're not putting them in the live well. All I need to do is make sure they're 12 3/4 inches and one more. We'll just add that to the numbers there, Zach. See, you got to remember there's a strategy to this deal. This isn't about your 5 biggest. Of course, I can't take that first one away from you, can I?
Yeah.
So we're kind of figuring out that every one of these little rocky points has some brush around them.
Yeah, man-made.
I feel like, oh, that one was shallow. That one hit like it was supposed to.
That's a better one.
A little bit
Sorta.
better. I'm starting to lose track, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited. We just came around this little point and we've had a lot of rain yesterday, and we've actually got some watercolor in the water here, so I'm hoping that we might have some shallow fish up here now.
Pro versus Joe, brought to you by Power Pole, Swift, Silent, Secure, Fraybill, trusted gear since 1938. Plano, protect your passion.
Isn't that crazy? Look at this, 44 degrees and catching fish. Oh, there he is. There's a better one. Not a huge one, but
It's a fish.
it's a fish. You know, that's one thing about Kansas. We don't have a lot of vegetation in it, so it's one thing I've learned over the years. When you come across some vegetation, you better get ready. And a lipless crankbait in vegetation. Hang on. Zach, how do we catch some big ones?
Ned rig.
Yeah, exactly. So Zach, did you have any entry fees or anything
For the
to
College
get to the
Classic?
College Classic?
Just, no. It was, as long as you got there, you're fine.
But I mean, what did you have to do? I can't remember, through the state to get there.
I had to,
Oh, hang on. There we go. I told you he was going to be back in that little pocket.
that one's not gonna measure.
I don't know. He's 12 and a quarter. He's not a giant, but guess what, Zach?
What number is that?
I don't know. I've lost track. So Zach, tell us real quick what it takes in the college world, or what are the different opportunities for you, I guess.
You know, there's a lot of opportunities to travel, and most of those are going to be out of state for us guys in the Midwest. So the majority of them will be in the South, and it'll be a open style tournament to where you just have to show up and fish, and then that will qualify you for the college national championship, which then you can move on from there.
And then, so when is the college championship usually?
It's typically in the summer. This year, it's actually going to be in the summer at 10 Killer Lake in Oklahoma.
Okay. So, but that's the national championship. That's where the kid that made it from the college made it to the actual Bassmaster Classic, where they compete with the elite guys, correct?
It's a little bit different. So the national championship, you have to place in the top 4 teams at the national championship, and then you go to a classic bracket, which is actually going to be in Milford Lake in Kansas.
Oh, so they're going to fish the national championship in Oklahoma and then go up to Milford.
Correct.
Oh, wow. Do those guys know what they've gotten themselves into?
I do not.
So now, do you have a shot, being that, you know, I know you've probably got a little bit of a hometown advantage to Milford.
Yeah.
Would you have a shot to get there to that?
We'll have to win the national championship, or in order to get to the national championship, we have to actually win the state championship. This is the first year that Kansas is actually going to have a college state championship, and then the winner of that will go to the national championship.
Okay.
And in order to qualify for the bracket, we have to place in the top 4 teams.
Okay. Well, I know if anybody has a chance at doing that, it's definitely Zach. So we wish you well with that one.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
How about both of us are out there next year fishing in the actual Bassmaster Classic?
Sounds good to me.
Zach, it's amazing how much control Mother Nature has over this deal, isn't it?
Yep.
It actually looks like a rocky bank even down there. 45-degree rocky bank.
That's good.
Oh, there's a better fish. Ah, not a giant. That's what you call barely hooked right there. Hey, Zach, what number is that?
8.
8. I told you. Come on, man. First and biggest, but you got to get me on that other one.
Pro versus Joe, brought to you by Sportsman's Shake. Power your obsession. Garmin Panoptics, all-seeing sonar. Join the pros who switch to Garmin. Pro versus Joe, brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Pitbull Cutters. The best braided line cutters, period.
Okay, so I see them on the Panoptics here. Let's see if I can catch one. See them there at 35 feet. Oh, like that.
That choked it.
Look at that fat little dude.
Who choked that thing?
Does that show you what we should be throwing? I don't know why he ate that spinnerbait when he's got, you can see a nice big old fat crawdad down his throat.
Definitely throw a buzzbait.
Oh! What is up with, look at that. Guess what number that is?
I don't know if that one we measured.
Oh, heck yeah. 12 and a quarter, I bet. 12 and a... Oh, heck, he's almost 13 inches. Look at that. Didn't know if he'd even measure. Crazy.
At Kiwi, there'd be an entire bank full of those cedar trees coming off that,
Oh,
except
yeah.
they would be like 20 feet long.
Oh. Hey, Zach, I think I found the spinnerbait they want. What do you think? I've caught more fish on a spinnerbait this year than I've had in a lot of years. 12 and 3/4. They're not giants, but they're fun. If you feel it gum up in that grass, you know, just kind of rip it out of it. Oh. Or you can slow roll a spinnerbait. I think I like this lake. It's a blast. Fish?
Yeah.
All right. There you go. Mark Willen on the board. What do you think? Do you want to finish this, or do you want to go up there and finish in the corner of the dam? Fish? Hey, there you go. Adding to it. You gonna put it to me right here at the end?
We'll try. Whoa.
You have no problem trying, right?
Yeah, exactly.
How about 5 casts?
Sounds good.
What do you think? All right, here we go. Fish? Like one swim.
Yeah.
You got one? Oh, look at that one. Wow.
Oh, no.
I was
stop
about
it.
to say 5 casts there, but maybe I need to wait on the 5 cast here. That's a nice one. A little bit better. Got a big wad of fish coming up here. Well, that's it for me. Nothing on the last cast?
Nope.
Well, Zach, I don't know about you, but it was cold, but I had fun. You know,
It was a lot
that's
of
the
fun.
thing about fishing. You know, it's the thing about getting out here. I've never got to fish with you. I enjoyed fishing with you. You know, there's no doubt in my mind that this college kid knows how to catch fish, and you know, I've always said that regardless of what the conditions are. You know, we didn't catch a lot of giant bass today, but we both learned a lot. Water You know, even now it's 44 degrees. The water has not warmed up a single degree today, but we still had a lot of bites, learned a lot, and how about we do this again next time when it's a lot warmer? What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
Well, there's the first time I've taken my hood off all day, so that's just kind of a testament of how Zach and I's day was out here on the water. He got off to a good start. He caught the first fish, and then right after that he goes and catches the biggest fish of the day. And I really thought when that momentum started that we were going to put a lot more quality fish in the boat.
That was just to start the day off. I was able to catch him pretty early, but later in the day he was able to figure him out.
Early spring, your fishing is really kind of up to Mother Nature, and when the temperatures never get out of the low 40s all day long, the fishing was kind of slow.
It was pretty cold out today. We didn't get a lot of options from the weather, but it's only one day to film, so that's all we got. And we went out there, had fun, and learned a little bit about a new lake.
I really enjoyed being out there on the water with Zach. Regardless of whether we caught a bunch of big fish or just the size we did, I still learned a lot about becoming a better angler out there on the water, and you know, other than wanting to get a little warm, had a good time out there on the water today.
I definitely would recommend fishing with Brent and trying to get on the Pro vs. Joe, and you can apply on proversjoe.com. It's a great experience, great learning experience, and I can't wait to see how it turns out.